What's up, everybody? It's the Best Spot Kids Move back with a quick video, man. I had to do this like stupid early in the morning because when the news broke, I was at work. Now, the over the past couple of days, I've been like sort of like in a bad mood, having like a poor reaction to the rumors of Xbox and about porting games to PlayStation, whether it's Hi-Fi Rush, whether it's Sea of Thieves, whatever. Um, and then they bounce back, even though right now those rumors actually haven't been confirmed. Instead, Microsoft or Xbox had a cryptic tweet. Yes, was it 2 days ago in response to it, where they were throwing shots here and there about the rumors and exclusives and first party, whatever. And then on Tuesday, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern, Microsoft or Xbox, they put out the tweets of the developer direct, and that is taking place next Thursday at 3 p.m. Of course, at a time that I'm working. But this developer direct is a bit surprising, right? I'm looking at thinking about the games that's on this list. Every time we were talking about developer direct, we were thinking about the games that were gonna show up. We were thinking about Towerborn, Hellblade 2, maybe Microsoft Simulator 24, and maybe Avowed, maybe Stalker 2, maybe the Shattered Dreams Starfield expansion. I was like, I'm gonna just get into it, man. Like, you guys can see the four games that's gonna or the four studios they're covering. There's probably gonna be a surprise one that they show like they did, because Hi-Fi Rush last year, Tango Gameworks was not on like advertised of any coverage last year when they announced the direct, and they end up being like the fifth game shown, and it was a shadow drop released the same day, and that's how we all learned of Hi-Fi Rush. Now, this time around, we got Oxide Games, and they're doing Era History Untold, which is like another, Age of Empires type games, new IPs, a first party IP, but I believe it's a third party developer or a second party developer doing it. So Xbox doesn't own Oxide. They worked with them before, but they do not own Oxide. So they're showing off that game. That game's been in, beta, alpha testing, and of course, so the public has had some of the public has had access to this game through beta testing. Obsidian would have Avowed, which looks like they're sticking to their 2024 release, and I'm actually excited for that because I've been rocking with some of the work that Obsidian has done. I've been very proud looking towards Avowed, so I would be happy to see more of that. So that makes me feel a little bit better that, like, hey, this is still a 2024 release, and we know Microsoft Simulator, we know Stalker 2. We're already announced, and we know Towerborn. So it's like, okay, what's going on? Because Towerborn isn't on this list. Ninja Theory, obviously, Hellblade 2, I think is coined the biggest game that they're releasing this year. As of it stands today, the developer direct may, change that depending on what we see. But Hellblade 2, we expected that. Hopefully, I think what Hellblade 2 needs to do here at this direct, honestly, is give us a release date. We need a release date for this game. That's all. A release date, and give us like a little bit more look at the combat in the game, but it looks good. Nobody's denying the game's visuals and the work that Ninja Theory has done. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But the biggest surprise is Machine Games and Indiana Jones. And the reason why I say that, because it wasn't like Indiana Jones was announced in 2021, shortly after the acquisition of Bethesda, and it was revealed or teased with like a CGI trailer of a desk and the name and a typewriter, hat, whip. That's it. There was nothing, and we learned that Todd Howard's producing it and that Machine Games is developing it. We haven't seen anything about the game since then, not at any of the following Xbox game showcases or the Game Awards, none of that. So the fact the next time we see Indiana Jones is at a developer direct, I'm very surprised, only because I can see if we saw it at last year's Xbox Game Showcase, and then obviously we get the follow up to it. It was like, all right, it's coming this year. But we thought this game was like 2025, 2026. Like, it was like, it's probably not that, it's probably far out. You know what I mean? But if it's at the developer direct, just to give you guys a heads up, last year's developer direct covered games that came out last year, and a lot of those games that were covered came out prior to their game showcase later that June. The only games that came after the showcase were Starfield and Forza Motorsport. So I'm like, wait a minute. This is kind of shocking and kind of awesome at the same time, because it's like we about to get a big game, like proper reveal at one of these directs. So this game is likely coming out this year, maybe later this year, and I'm looking forward to it because we haven't seen Machine Games since 2017. I don't credit Machine Games for like Youngblood. That was like an Arcane Machine Games collaboration with that the multiplayer version of Wolfenstein. The proper Machine Games that we saw was Wolfenstein, the New Order, which it came out in 2017. So we're like over 6 years. So this is probably it's a proper development cycle. That's like, I don't know if Indiana Jones been in development that long, or if they were working on Wolfenstein 3, but for Machine Games, their last game, technically, because they supported Youngblood and they supported some Quake ports, and they supported Starfield and everything, but like that they had head-on development was 2017. So I'm excited, dude. I'm excited for it. This list eclipses all the games that was shown last year. Like, obviously Starfield wasn't a part of that direct. Technically, it wasn't. It was Redfall, which we know how that went. It was Minecraft Legends, which it was we know how that went. And Hi-Fi Rush obviously was the biggest game out of there. And Forza, everything that was in that show outside of Hi-Fi Rush was underwhelming, but we were all excited for the show because it was another beat that we got to see new games or more gameplay, get gaming news from Xbox first party that wasn't E3, and we still had the E3 level showcase 5 months later. In this case, this time around, the games are bigger, much bigger, like they're anticipated. Like, adding Indiana Jones, if Indiana Jones is coming out in 2024, the pillars of this year for Xbox first party releases, consisting of Hellblade 2, which is potentially a Game of the Year nominee, depending on how it lands. Avowed, which is probably going to be a sleeper. Like, what Obsidian does, they make great games that turned out to be, that could be arguably a Game of the Year nominee. And Avowed is supposed to be Obsidian's answer to like an Elder Scrolls game, to like a smaller scale. What Outer Worlds was to Fallout, that's what Avowed is to Elder Scrolls, and I'm all for it, because even though I can't play through an Elder Scrolls game, I can play through a smaller knockoff that's more focused, and that's why I appreciate Obsidian games. And Machine Games, we know what they do. They're masters at work on visuals, gunplay, and high frame rate gaming. And I'm looking forward to see Indiana Jones. I want to see, is this going to be a first-person game? Is it going to be a third-person action adventure? I'm all for it. And we don't got too long to wait. Next Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern. I probably won't be able to, I have to take a hour lunch break just to watch it, because it takes place towards the end of the workday for me. So I won't be doing a live reaction. I'll probably do a follow-up video when I get home for the day, Lord willing. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm all with it. This announcement eased all my frustrations with the rumor, which I really shouldn't have been super upset about, because at the end of the day, Sea of Thieves is approaching what 8 years old, and I don't even play Sea of Thieves like that, honestly. I appreciate it because it's a genre that nobody really tackling, especially on Nintendo or PlayStation side. Hi-Fi Rush, I mean, I played it, I beat it. I do think as a Xbox fan, I feel like I'm protective over the IP, because I feel like, this is something you knew that you guys got, and you should mold it and make something successful out of it. Now, I am going to drop this little bit of tidbit. I actually would not mind Xbox supporting Switch 2 launch with some of these back games. I don't know why I thought about it, and I was like, that would be kind of sick. The Switch 2 drops and they get, a little nugget here and there from Xbox. We'll see. But that's the video, guys. Let me know what you think. I will see you guys in the comments, and hit the like button, hit the share button. I'll talk to you guys later today. As always, Xbox is the best box. I am the best spot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I'm out of here. Peace.